a good ball played in the Tony Morley. Oh, he missed it! It is! Peter Will! Villa in the lead!
Hello, good afternoon, Aston Villa fans, and welcome to the Villa Forever podcast. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram. Please subscribe. Help me to the road to 2K. And we're very close to getting to 1.7K subscribers. Smash the likes on this video. And you can follow me on all socials. On today's episode, I'm joined by a Monday show regular, Aaron Thornton, who's the host of the Football Brief. This is the pre-match talk show. The motto for this episode is the Europa League. Aston Villa versus Red Bull Salzburg. Thursday night football on tonight at Villa Park. On Thursday is an 8 p.m. kickoff. And this game is the final game of the league phase against Fenerbahce. Aston Villa secured a place at the top 8. Hopefully we can get the league phase off to a good end. I made it top 8. Also, yesterday, on Super Sunday, we finished Newcastle 0, Aston Villa 2. Aston Villa finally beat Newcastle at St James's Park. Another record Emery has broken. Aston Villa are very much still in the title race. We are title contenders. Also, overall, it was a great weekend at Aston Villa, including Arsenal dropping points. Man United beat Arsenal 3-2. And it is all to play for again. Great to have the show, Aaron. How are you?
Mate, thank you for having me. Pleasure as always. I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm much better after yesterday's result. How are you doing?
Yes, very well, thank you. I mean, I'm absolutely ecstatic. Not after yesterday. Look, I know everyone keeps doubting us, but we're very much still in the mix. I think, we're still in the race.
Well, we keep finding ways, don't we, mate? We keep finding ways, and I mean, we're end of January now, and we're still up there, and like you just said then, with Arsenal dropping points, we're still in the mix, which is it's crazy to think. 5 games into the season, we wouldn't. If you had said at the end of January you'll be top 3, 4 points off Arsenal, who are top, you'd have been like, what? So yeah.
Arsenal, they bottled it.
Well, look, I mean, it wasn't a great result for them. They're still top. They're
top, yeah.
They're still favourites. My only concern is Man United. I don't know if it's a bit of a purple patch because of the new manager, but they're on their way, and so as much as I want to keep looking up, I'm still a bit conscious of looking down at the minute.
The main thing is it's putting pressure on the likes of Arsenal. Because also, Arsenal are going to feel the pressure now, I think.
Yeah.
So but also, with everyone points to Manchester City, but also it's interesting now. It's wide open, the Premier League. And local Carrick, he turned it around for Man United after 2 games. Also, beating Man City, beating Arsenal. So they're in the mix over.
It's a funny old league this season, isn't it? And look, as long as Villa just keep performing and winning our games, and it might sound a bit pessimistic, but I would have been before the game yesterday. I would have taken a draw because that's how much of a difficult place St James's Park has been for us over the last 21 years. So to come out with 3 points is just incredible, and to do it without so many regular sort of starters is just testament to Emery and the squad yet again. So
we're difficult for the Champions League.
We're looking. I think I saw something where I think there's 15 games left, and I think if we win 6 of those 15 games, I think we're guaranteed. I think Champions League, so something like that, which is again incredible to have that at this stage of the season. So we're just going to keep just doing our thing, and just winning our games, and we'll see what happens.
So we'll talk about the Newcastle game. So what were your thoughts from yesterday?
Mate, I mean, look, first and foremost, just like it says in the comments, Cloud9. It was an incredible. I was impressed with the level of performance, especially after playing midweek in Turkey against Fenerbahce. I thought to come up to St James's Park and
we backed it up.
Yeah, it was just incredible. Everybody was on it. Everybody put in a really, really good performance. Like every man was impressive. And again, it's this sort of after Europe, we seem to be a very formidable side, and we don't tend to drop points. So, just happy to break that record, mate, of 21 years. It was just
21 years, I know, incredible.
Yeah,
it's incredible. We usually crumble, but this Villa team doesn't.
We almost did after 30 seconds, didn't we?
Thanks to Martinez keeping us in the game.
Yeah. No, it was. What about you, mate? What did you think of the game?
I think for Emery, it's a complete tactical masterclass.
Yeah.
I thought for me, for Emery got everything spot on. And it was an effective game plan, I think. And even like the Fantastic Four, Rogers, Sancho, Watkins and Buendia, they all were a real threat going forward. And I thought every time in the counter-attack, relying Newcastle looked really vulnerable.
Yeah. They had their best midfielder missing. We obviously had players missing, and so did they. So it was always going to make for an interesting game. But I agree with you. I thought the attacking prowess of that front four was just, it was just so majestic the way they were sort of moving around the pitch, especially that first half, and some of the interchanges between Tielemans, Buendia, Rogers. That passing was just so crisp honestly, it just shows like the levels of Unai Emery and his coaching team to be able to get so much from these players who we had thought, look at Buendia, we had thought he was done, like he's hit the heights that he really can, and he just keeps performing and just keeps coming up with really, really important and outrageous goals right now. So,
Jadon Sancho, he's impressed me so much in the last few weeks. Also, he's got a lot of pace. I think yesterday he got in so many great positions going forward. And I thought, the likes of Rogers and Sancho, he gives a lot more extra pace. Down the flanks.
Yeah, I totally agree, Chad. And I think what's lovely with Sancho is that you've seen a player that's been low on confidence, and you've seen him gradually get that back week after week. And really, really pleased for him in midweek when he got that goal against Fenerbahce. And look, the first half, I thought he played very well. I thought maybe he wasn't his sort of attacking self, but he did what was asked of him from Emery. From a defensive point of view, he was getting back and helping the fullback, and he was sticking to his job. So I thought, I think he's really understanding what Emery wants, and he's showing a level of discipline that I didn't know he had. So I thought Sancho was good, mate.
He's very effective. It's not when we had Rashford last season. Emery's doing the same thing to Sancho. And I think with Sancho, he's improving. I think he's getting better and better.
I totally agree, and we all know there's a player in there, and I think it's just it's just about sort of giving him that confidence to A, feel wanted, and B, to be playing the way that he wants to play. And
What it is, over the years, the likes of Chelsea and Man United, he didn't really hit the ground running. But he's got a manager now, the Emery. He trusts him, I think.
Yeah, and again, a very good comment there about patience, and patience is true. I think it just shows that so often players just get flipped and just sort of get moved on quickly. And look, Sancho over the years probably hasn't helped himself on social media with comments and stuff, but I think when you're in an environment that you are able to thrive under, and we know that if you put one step out of line, Emery's going to just say see you later. So I think he's just a good fit for him right now, and hopefully he just keeps getting better and better, and we'll see what he can do this second half of the season. But I'm equally as impressed with him as you are, mate. I think he's
the other way with Emery, what he did as well. At the start of the season when he signed him, he broke him into the team gently.
Yeah.
I like the way how Emery did that. He sort of gradually brought him into the fold.
Yeah, Emery loves these little projects, doesn't he? These player projects. So like you said, he was Rashford last season, and we've got Sancho this season, and he likes to. I think it shows how good his man management is. We don't really see too much of it on screen on the pitch, but I think behind closed doors, I think he's clearly got a good way with the players. So look at Rodgers as well. Where we picked him up and how he's doing now. It's again down to Emery. So yeah, Sancho just keep going, man. Week by week, just keep plugging away. Doing well.
We'll never talk about Emi Martinez.
Yeah.
I mean, he was playing the match. And to me, yesterday, he reminded me of like a prime Andres Iniesta. That's how he played. It's a great touches. Look, he really links up well with the likes of Rodgers.
Yeah.
I like to say Mendia is very underrated.
He's underrated. He's a tough one, Wendy, because I've never doubted his passion for Villa and his drive to play well. Like that's never in doubt. He always gives everything on the pitch. There are some games where the game sort of passes him by, but then this season, just like yesterday, he has these games where everything just sort of comes off for him, and he was just buzzing around in that sort of like number 10 role. Like him and
everywhere.
Newcastle could not deal with him and Rodgers, and like I said before, some of the interchanging, some of the passing between him and Tielemans was just so good. And yeah, he just pops up with these absolute worldies, and he's quite a stocky guy. And for a small lad, he's pretty. I think he's quite physical. So I think he's a handful. He looks like a handful. But yeah, look, again, another player who's just put his head down. And I think that the good thing with Buendia is, before we came back, he already knew Emery's system and sort of how he wants to play. So it wasn't like he had to take a while to get going. I think he just surprised us with how quickly he did get going. And
You give nothing credit to Buendia.
Yeah.
Because he must see he was out to learn. And he was a difficult time. He could have quite easily gone to somebody like Leeds United, but he stuck with it. Look at what Buendia is. He never gives up. Look, he's always pressing.
Yeah, his press is very good. He's he's always on the front foot, always looking to try and to press their defence and looking to make things happen. And one thing we bought him for, I remember when we first bought him, back in 2021, his passing through the lines was something that we really wanted.
The through ball.
And we're fortunate now that we have him, Tielemans, Rodgers, who can all do that. But you sort of forget about Buendia and the skill set that he has. And this season, he sort of proved to us, well, me, I'm sure many Villa fans and general football people that, you know, there is a player in there. Let's not forget he was once linked with Arsenal before us. So there's reasons for that. Do you know what I mean?
I did see a great stat that Aston Villa this season has scored the most goals outside the box, more than any of the Premier League team. I do think in the last few seasons, you can see how we've improved with that. Like, you know, we used to walk it in the net, or at least now we actually do give it a go. We get the space, we just hit it.
Yeah, and it must be something that we've worked on, or Emery said, look, you know, whether it's Emery or the coach or someone in the coaching team has just said, look, just shoot, because all of a sudden, Buendia, Rodgers especially, are just popping shots from.
Well, look how many players got in our team. Like, we got Emi Martinez, Morgan Rodgers.
Yeah.
There's a Buendia, McGinn. Even Matty Cash. We can all hit them.
Yeah. He's popped up with a few, hasn't he? But I think, like, you look at Buendia and Rodgers in particular, they've clearly been working on their technique, the way they get that dip, and Buendia did it again yesterday. Like, it's just what we do now. It's so funny. Like, I don't know. Our goal of the season is going to be insane because we've got so many good goals that we've scored up until now.
Yeah.
It's just great, especially, you know, like you just said then, we've sort of gone from this trying to pass it into the net. And a lot of teams try and do that these days. So it's good that, you know, we're actually just shooting, you know.
And clinical.
Yeah, and it's working, yeah.
And also, you know, like Buendia, like him and Morgan Rodgers, they got a very good understanding of each other's game. And they're very built well physically as athletes.
No, we're physical. Well, we're not physical, but we have big players now. Buendia's not big, but he's physical. Rodgers is pretty big. Onana, Ming's back in it. You know, Lindelof came on yesterday and looked, you know, again, just one of those sort of, you know, he doesn't take any nonsense. I mean, we've got a bit of bite about us now. We're not pushovers. You know, we can fight back, and I just love that we've got so many different levels to our game now. We can sort of adapt in most situations. It's really good to see.
And I'm talking about defensively as well. Away from home again. And also in defensive performance. And Ezri Konsa and also Victor Lindelof. What a great signing he's turned out to be. I think we signed him on a free. Look, it's remarkable, really.
I think, I really like Lindelof. I think for a free transfer, for someone who's got all that experience from Manchester United, let's not forget as well, he's won things. He also seems like a bit of a role model towards the younger players, you know, how he looks after himself, about business, doesn't moan, just gets on with it. He's slotted into Emery's system like nothing. It's, you know, he's intelligent, so he almost understands what's required of him. And every time he steps onto that pitch, I really enjoy watching him. I think he's just no nonsense. Yeah. He's got good technique about him. He's got a decent pace. He can head the ball. He can tackle. I honestly think he's arguably our best signing. Like him, Bizot again, another great signing, and Sancho starting to sort of show glimpses of what we want. So like, I know as fans we were quite underwhelmed end of the summer, but I actually think that in their own way they've all helped out this season so far, and you know there's still a long way.
With Ezri Konsa and Lindelof, though, you know, they actually form a good partnership. Like, so they always form a good partnership.
Yeah, and I know he didn't start yesterday. It was Torres, wasn't it? But just to have you know the four fit centre backs, and you know Lindelof and Mings both came on. Lindelof ended up playing. I think we ended with the midfield of Bogard and Lindelof, which, it just sort of shows that the adaptability that we've got in this squad and
You'll put Ezri Konsa. He was outstanding yesterday.
Yeah, he was.
Ezri Konsa as well.
Yeah.
If you look at Ezri Konsa he was the guy so. He's not the Rolls-Royce defender, really.
He's just. I almost feel a bit bad sometimes because we expect a solid Ezri Konsa performance is expected, and we don't always eulogize about him because we just know that's what he does. But yeah, I thought yesterday, he's like steps ahead all the time. He's just so calm and assured. And yeah, Ezri Konsa is just an amazing player and fully deserves to be in the England squad, fully deserves to be, our standing captain when McGinn and Mings aren't around.
Also, Ezri Konsa. Also here, and Mark Gaye should have been playing together in England World Cup squad.
Yeah.
That's definitely in the team sheet, that is.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, they're both... Ezri Konsa will definitely be on the plane. And in my eyes, he should start for England because I think he's that good. But we'll see what Tuchel decides. But yeah, he was, again, another great performance from him yesterday.
I want to quickly touch on the referee as well. I thought he played the blinder yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these calls were quite strange. Do the one, you're not Yuri Tielemans, obviously, you're not terrible foul. Look, it was really, a lot then, he doesn't get a yellow for that.
Yeah,
the other way around. You know, Elsie Tielemans.
The one where Joe just kicked him.
Yeah, then didn't you get to yellow? It's a real soft foul. But then all it was a leg breaker on Tielemans.
I'm not shocked, mate. You know my thoughts on the refereeing. I thought, in many ways, in the first half, to be fair, and I will give credit, I actually thought the ref was trying to let the game just
let the game through.
And he was trying to let it just sort of, because once you sort of blow up for one thing, you got to keep blowing up for others. So I sort of appreciated that, but there was a couple that it's like, yeah, I appreciate you want the game to flow, but that's just an outright foul. Like, you just kicked him off the ball.
He missed quite a lot of fouls, I thought.
Yeah, so it wasn't great. It wasn't the worst performance that I've seen, but there was certainly moments where I was, Newcastle were very physical and there was a lot of challenges going in. They were getting frustrated, which is a good sign in a way. It means we're doing our job right, but there was definitely moments where I was like, yeah, no, that's a foul, mate.
Go on, it's the full Tielemans. The referee waved play on. And no, we went to a free kick. And he's still not, and Newcastle carried on.
Yeah, I don't know. He, thankfully, hopefully he's not injured and he was taken off more so as a precaution, because if Tielemans is out, then we're screwed, quite bluntly.
We are.
But no, yeah, some strange decisions, mate. I agree, but I've come to expect it with the refereeing now. So,
and also talk about Ollie Watkins. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't his best game, but he still contributed to the victory. I mean, getting the winner and some excellent movements for Watkins, I thought, yesterday.
Yeah, his movement's never in question. He's always on the move. He's always looking to create space in those channels and stuff. And, he's a handful. It's just sometimes his decision making, which
needs to be better.
Yeah, and in recent weeks hasn't been great. But saying all that, he still scored, I think, like 7 in how many games? So, although he's not been at his best, he's still been scoring. So, yeah, he can do better, but I mean, he took his goal well, and he deserved it, I thought, because I think he worked hard and he's put himself about. So, and it came at a really, really important time. He just killed the game completely, then, so we could sort of relax a bit more.
But in his interview, Ian Watkins said but he can do better. So he knows himself that he needs to do better himself.
Yeah, and he knows that. Look, I love Ollie Watkins, and I know you do too. So I think we know, and he knows the levels that he can get to because he's been there before. But sometimes he's had injuries. I think his confidence has been slightly knocked, but he's kept going and going and going, and you just got to stick by him. Yes, he can be frustrating, but then so can a lot of players. I just think, fortunately for him, other players have stepped up this season. Buendia, Rodgers. So it's not all been on him, but he does need to just sharpen up with his decisions.
So we're talking about Thursday night.
Yeah.
What do you expect from Thursday's game?
I think. Well, look. I think we all want, and Emery certainly wants to be guaranteed that top two. So, I think we could start with a stronger team than a lot of people are thinking. I think he may start not a strong team, but I think we'll have a couple of players in there, and he'll hope to sort of kill the game off early on, and then hopefully he can take players off then. The only thing about Thursday, I don't know too much about Red Bull Salzburg, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't know too much about them.
But our midfield, if Tielemans is out, and we're going to sort of, our midfield sort of worries me slightly. So I'll be curious to know what he does with that. But last game of the Europa sort of phase, this league phase campaign, and I think it's been a good run. I think it should be. Are you going to the game?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
So yeah, well, hopefully, I think it should be a really good atmosphere as well.
I did see Aaron, but they got 6 wins out of 7, which is a great record.
It really is, yeah. I think that one result that against Go Ahead Eagles, it was a bit of a freak result, but it happens, doesn't it? And we bounced back really well since then. But, to go away to Basel, Fenerbahce, tough places, man, and we've just gone there and just done our thing and won, and it's really impressive. So yeah, looking forward to
Emery. He's the Europa League specialist.
He is indeed.
So in Emery we trust.
And that's the thing, no matter what I think of the match, and no matter what I think of the Europa League campaign, we have that in our favour. We have Unai Emery, who is a master at this competition, who has won this competition. He knows what it takes. So the mentality from him transmits to the players, and I'm excited to sort of get through and see who we get in the knockouts and progress through there.
Will they expect us to rotate? It'll be tempted to utilise some of the fringe players.
Yeah.
You did see what happens. We have guaranteed a place in the top 8, which means we get a knockout tie at Villa Park. I would actually be tempted, to start maybe at George Hennings. Could he make a start? We'll come to it about our teams in a bit.
Okay.
That's all I think. Can he shine? Can this be a time for him to shine in the Europa League game?
Yeah, I would not be against him starting if, again, it depends on Tielemans and if we have Onana, because in an ideal world, you don't play Onana and you sort of maybe play Tielemans, but you take him off. Where if Tielemans isn't available and you're left then with Bogard and Hemmings, I think that would be too light in the midfield. So, yeah, I mean, I'm all for promoting the youth and them having a chance, but I think maybe he sort of starts the game with some stronger players to try and kill it and then go from there. But he looks like a good talent, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, I mean, kids, that's not against the Everton guy. I thought he was one of our best players. I thought he had some great touches.
Yeah.
And also, I think I do like Emery as well. He knows how to manage those minutes. With
That's
all these players, he knows how to navigate the competition.
Yeah, he does. He does. Squad rotation is important, and so far this season, bar the injuries, I think our rotation's been very good. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. You think I worry about? I think it's more the injuries that I worry about. You think of one more injury, and then you're in big trouble.
I know it's. I think Ross
Well,
Barkley's meant to be back this week, maybe or maybe next week. So like he's on the way back. Obviously, Onana's now back. So really, at the minute, it's just I say it's just Kamara and McGinn are the long ones. Well, Kamara's out for the season.
It's more the midfield.
Yeah, and that's why hopefully Tielemans is okay because yeah, we're pretty light on the ground at the minute.
I'll tell you what, this could be a chance as well. Can we see the debut of Tammy Abraham? Can he come off the bench? Is he going to start? Is he going to on a substitute?
Well, I mean, A, it depends when we sign him, and B, it depends. Can he play? I don't know what the situation is.
Might be, but let's see. Yeah, but we saw them permanent now, though, haven't we?
Pardon?
We saw them with a permanent.
On a permanent, yeah, but I just
21
don't
million
know.
euros. I'm not sure.
I don't know if there's like any rules because he's played in Europe already. Like if he can play straight away, or
Is it in Europa League? On Besiktas? Were they in the Europa League? Besiktas?
you know, I'm not sure, mate. I'm pretty sure they're in some competition. I don't know which one it is. But regardless, if Tammy can play or can make the bench, then that's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know he should definitely be ready for Brentford on Sunday. I don't know if this game will come a bit too early, but if not, then yeah, mate, buzzing.
I'll do those if you might. Give the crowd a big lift.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he was the club's favourite.
Yes, he was, and I remember that season well. Yeah, he was very, very good and came up with some really important goals. So yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with that one.
Yeah. But I'm sure that like Emery, even though I'm already free, he'll still want us to win. He won't be sensitive to anything else.
Of course, yeah.
There's just nothing else, I think.
We won that top two, so
Top two, yeah.
I think
Maybe in defensive alteration. Maybe looks at Mings might come in as well.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think on Thursday as well. If you notice for the fans, I think as well. You can get into the knockout stage afterwards. If you notice a way to finish it in style.
Yeah, and it's nice just to be back at home in general, isn't it? Because I feel like we've been playing away so much recently. So I think the next like 5 of the 6 games are actually at home, or 4 of the 5, or something like that. So, excuse me, that'll be good. And yeah, look, these Europa League nights or European nights, whatever, are always nights to be cherished, especially at Villa Park. So for likes of yourself and the fans going, I think it'd just be a nice occasion. And if we can seal it with a win, it would just really, really, we'll be in a good place.
Well, let's get the predicted lineups on the screen. So I'm going to go in mine first. Just get on the screen. So I'm going to be a few changes. I'll even go with Garcia in this game. Because he don't seem to get many minutes.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd go with him. And also, I think Bizot in goal. I think this guy, Bizot in the last game. He pulled off some incredible saves.
Yeah.
He deserves to play this game, I think. I mean, Lindelof and Mings as expected. Instead of Matson, I've gone for Digne.
Yeah.
Because he played the last Europa League game. Then Bogart, also, I'm going for a little wild card here. I'm going for Hemmings with Bogart.
Yeah.
I thought in this game, maybe give a youngster a go. Then we got obviously we got Sancho.
Yeah,
Well, he's really impressed me, Sancho,
yeah.
as well. What do you make of the majority of the team?
I mean, I can't really argue, mate. I think it's a good. So I agree with Bizot in goal. Your back four, I agree with.
Yep.
I I like Garcia. I don't know whether he'll start Cash just because
Yep.
he wants to sort of get the game done and dusted, sort of early-ish
Early.
in an ideal world, and then maybe take Cash off. But I definitely see a world where Garcia starts because, like you say, he's not played much.
Yep.
The only thing, Bogard and Hemmings for me,
Yep.
it's just slight. It's a bit too light. I just don't know if as a midfield that they would just get sort of overrun. And that's not trying to discredit Hemmings or Bogard because I know they're players, but it's a big ask, isn't it? But I mean, sometimes you've got to be thrown at the deep end. So if that is to be, I almost went for that midfield pairing myself, and I thought I'm not too sure with the strength. And then
We also played it a little bit overcautious, I think. Look at the midfield depleted squad.
Yeah, no, and I totally get that because we don't want to risk any more injuries. So I'm on board with that, Chad. Like I think it's a sensible idea. And then the front four sells themselves. Yeah, I think
Rogers. They play well together.
Yeah, you got some good firepower there just to try and really. My thing for this is just to try and kill the game as early as possible, and then take players off and rest them.
I'll get your team. See what you've gone with. So we'll get it on the screen. So you got Bizot like me as well. Cash instead of Garcia, yeah.
Yeah.
Then the side like Lindelof, Mings, and Dinya like me.
Yeah.
So also next thing you chose that. That with Bogard. I didn't see what you mean by that. But gives a bit more steel in the midfield.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to play Onana if I'm being honest, because the guy's like glass. Like he's quite injury prone. But if Tielemans isn't available, then we don't really have much choice. I just think just a bit like you just said, then a bit of steel in there, a bit of experience, and then the same as you, the front four. Then I thought Buendia gets a bit of a rest because I imagine Buendia will start against Brentford, and give Gesson. It was between Leon Bailey and Gesson, and because Gesson didn't feature at all against Newcastle, I thought maybe he'll get some minutes against Salzburg. So that's my thinking behind that.
Well, I think it's a big boost. Looking at Onana back.
I know. We have to wrap him up now, though.
It's a big thing. Well, I get to the next question then.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to talk about Red Bull Salzburg facts. I don't really know much about them, but I did a research. So they were founded in 1933. They got to a UEFA Cup final in 1994. Obviously, as we know, they're one of the biggest clubs in Austria.
Mm-hmm.
They won 17 league titles,
Wow.
9 Austrian Cups, 3 Austrian Super Cups. And this is a stat that I find interesting. Winning 14 league titles in 17 seasons,
Wow.
including 10 in a row from 2014 to 2023. And for those who don't know, Sadio Mane used to play for them.
Oh, wow.
Which is obviously an ex-Liverpool player.
And he's just won the AFCON as well. Nice.
And also, over the years, been called many different names due to sponsorship reasons, including like SV Austria Salzburg. They're named after a casino as well.
Oh, wow.
SV Casino Salzburg. Obviously, now it's an FC Red Bull Salzburg, which also links to RB Leipzig in Germany.
Yes. Wow, some good facts there, mate. They're no pushovers then.
Yeah, it's a good team. I think we'll still win, but by the sounds of it, they're quite a big Austrian club. Do you know anything about their manager?
The only thing I know about the manager, I'm pretty sure he's not, or he didn't play. He's not an ex-professional, is he? He didn't play football, did he?
No, he actually didn't play football, no.
That's
He's never a professional.
all I know.
His name's Thomas Lech.
Okay.
I don't really sound it. He don't really sound very exciting.
No, he doesn't.
There wasn't really, when I Googled it, there's not much about him, really.
Well, hopefully that stays that way on Thursday as well, and he leaves and we don't know any more about him either because
Yeah.
we just want to get our job done. But fair play to them. Like I know nothing about them, so that's some good insight, and they are used to winning. So I mean, in their respective leagues, so they're not going to be. I don't think anybody in this league's a pushover. We lost to Go Ahead Eagles, so we can't take anybody lightly. You know what I mean?
You can't take it for granted.
We have to be exactly that, mate. We have to be professional, not complacent. So I expect it to test.
I did see as well, the manager as well. He's under 16, I think he's managed at under 18. I think it's more at a young level, he's sort of managed like the young team. But he's got that same philosophy. The way RB Leipzig play. With like rapid transitions and pressing. But we know we do like Emery's at Aston Villa that were very good at that.
Yeah, so I mean they'll look to try and exploit. We like a high line, don't we, as well? So I'm sure they'll try and look to exploit that. Michael just said in the comments they have European pedigree. Yeah, man. I always sort of hear about them. Any of the RB teams, to be fair, the Red Bull teams always seem to be like in and around Europe, don't they? So they've clearly got like a decent model for their teams, and they're doing okay. So yeah, tough challenge, but I expect us, without trying to be disrespectful or arrogant.
We should win comfortably.
Yeah, we should win.
Okay. So you're going to talk about Tammy Abraham.
Oh,
Tammy Abraham. So what was your thoughts on signing Abraham? He's back at Villa Park.
I'm very happy with it, mate. I'm very happy. Look, Tammy has history with us, obviously. He understands the club. He understands the area. We understand him. I think he'll bring a different dynamic to our squad, a different profile of striker that we need, gives us options. I think Watkins needs help. I know he's had this long-term knee injury, and he's probably playing more minutes than he needs to. So I think Tammy will help with that. I know there's been talk of those two playing together as well. So I'm not saying that he's just going to come in and replace Ollie, but it's good to have other options. So I think if Tammy Abraham stays fit and is in good form, I think he can be a really important player for us for this final third of the season.
Didn't see. I think when we saw when he was younger, but I think in Tammy Abraham, I read. I think he's got a real point to prove.
Yeah.
To Emery and the fans. That Unai Emery was looking for.
Yeah, because I don't want to say he lost his way, because he's been. I think I've been following his career fairly close. I still had him on socials up until a while ago, where I know he obviously he was at Roma, he was at Milan, and I think he was doing okay there. Then obviously he's gone to Turkey. I just like him. He just seems the kind of player. Like Emery signs certain players that fit not just his system, but in terms of the personality of the player and that sort of profile of player. I think that Tammy fits that. He seems like a really likable guy, and like you just said, then I think he left England. You know, he was doing well for Chelsea. He wasn't bad, but I think he fell out of favour. And yeah, there is a bit of a point to prove there. And I want to see how much he's changed in terms of his game and how much he's come along. Because, you know, when he was last at Villa, he was still young and he was still developing, and we could see the signs.
He's an experienced goal scorer.
And exactly, he can find the back of the net. So I honestly think it's a good signing. I really do think it's a good sign. I know he's had a bit of a bad injury in recent times, and hopefully he's now over that. So I'm all for it, mate. I'm dying for this announcement. I'm just waiting. I'm on my phone constantly refreshing. I'm like, is he here yet? But there's no news yet, so I don't know when. I'm hearing he's meant to be today at some point, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll look at Abraham as well. So his attributes, including he's strong, but he's physical.
Yeah.
And not just that, his biggest attributes, bringing other players into the game. He looks at the players around him, he always brings them into the game.
Yeah. And with players like Buendia and Rodgers and Watkins, if they play together, you know, players that can play off him, you know, that's a really good asset to have, isn't it? Someone who can hold the ball up and to sort of bring players in. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him, mate. And I'm just waiting for this announcement. Like I say, like I'm just sort of.
He's going to get a great reception. He'll get a brilliant reception for the fans, I think.
Yeah, I mean, look, he was pivotal in our promotion season. You know, he scored a lot of the goals that won us games, and so like he was a really big part of us getting promoted. He scored the deciding penalty in the shootout against West Brom.
Yes, he did.
You know, so.
And Dean Smith, I mean, that was with Dean Smith.
Yeah. And I've seen a few things on X, like that him and Sancho have got a good rapport when they're on the pitch together. So, you know, I'm looking forward to sort of seeing how they're playing. Obviously, you got Bailey as well back. So, all of a sudden, with Tammy coming in, like we just look a lot stronger. Like our bench yesterday looked a lot healthier. I don't know what that was.
It's a bit like a boy band reunion.
Yeah.
Get the band back.
We just need Grealish now. Joking.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's I'm looking forward to it, mate, and yeah, just happy that we're getting some reinforcements because we.
And it's good for Watkins. That it's Tammy Abraham. We thought he got a target man. So it's not what we've done Yamada. Because Daniel Martin was obviously a fantastic player. But he was a winger, not an out-and-out striker.
Yeah, it was a weird one with Marlon, wasn't it? I have no issue with Marlon. Would have been happy with him today. But he saw himself. He said he was more of a striker. I think he wanted to play up front more, and I don't think Emery really saw him as that. And he just didn't quite. You know, there was games where he would look good, and then in the system, I mean, but it just didn't quite fit in, did he? So, you know, fair play. I think he would have stayed if he wanted to, but I think, you know, the chance to play up front for a team like Roma, fair play. Like, I wish him all the best. You know, I've no bad blood towards Marlon. I think he's really scored some good goals for us.
The Roma, like, really, then he goes to Roma. He scores in the first 25 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We lose.
So we're on to the next talking point. We're going to talk about a strange situation. So, what do you make of the Harvey Elliot situation? I saw Jamie Carragher talk about this yesterday.
Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? I mean, I don't quite understand the situation, to be honest, Chad. Emery clearly isn't that enamoured by him. He's not that bothered about him in terms of from a footballing point of view, because otherwise he'd be playing. I do feel for Elliot because I feel like it's the whole structure of the deal that seems to be sort of crippling him a bit, and Emery's decision with him. So I don't quite know. I have to give credit to Elliot though, because he sort of handled the situation very well, and
Yeah.
it must be mentally draining, and it must be tough for him. So I think fair play to him just for putting his head down and carrying on. But I don't know. I still think he's a good player. So like, I don't see him every day in training. I'm only going off by what I've seen of him in the past, and I like Elliot. Do I think he could fit into our system? Yeah. Like, do I think he's better than Gesson? Granted, different.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. And I know Buendia's come good, but like, I don't know whether it's from a point of view of, they don't want to trigger this 10 game. They don't want to trigger this.
To get it 35 millions, it's got air. That's what it's an obligation to buy, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, maybe is it because we are crippled by PSR and SER? They don't want to spend that. They want to use that money elsewhere, which is fair enough. But it's just, I don't know. I just feel I feel a bit harsh on him, man. Like, he's a human being at the end of the day. And I know footballers get paid this and get paid that and whatever. But at the end of the day, like, he wants to play football. He seems like a good kid as well. Like, he doesn't seem like a bad lad. And I don't know, mate. What are your thoughts on it?
I think about the actual situation. I find it all weird, really. But
Yeah.
I think also the deal's really complicated. But I've been reading up on it. It's very complex. But going back to Emery, though, he trusts certain players, and also he feels that he's not fully ready, or he's not good enough.
Sorry, earthquake.
Not earthquake.
We have got a snowstorm at the minute in New York, but I don't know what is going on anyway. I'm sorry. Yeah. The deal's a weird one. I don't know whether we know that Emery didn't really want him. Not didn't want him, but he wasn't Emery's first choice, was he?
You don't trust him, don't you? You've got certain players that you trust.
True.
But also, you're not making the cut, is it?
Yeah, but like, he's given Sancho chances, like, and he's sort of slowly like bedded him in. You look at Gesson, who just gets minutes for fun, which I don't. Look, I'm not a Gesson hater. I just don't quite know what he is, and I don't see how he has started or played so many more minutes than Elliot has. So like, yeah, I don't know whether he's lightweight, whether something's gone on behind the scenes that we just don't know. But it's a sad one, really, because he's a good player, and he came to us to like further his career.
I think it's a waste. A waste of him going out on loan. The deal's been a complete waste, really, to him.
Well, yeah, and now he can't play now, can he, for another club?
Okay. And he's upset the Liverpool fans.
I don't care about them. One second. Sorry. Yeah. There we go. The light went off. This room is I don't know what is going on in this room.
So we're going to the next few talking points. So before we finish, so we'll talk about Martinez and Loftus-Cheek.
Okay.
We'll talk about Emi first.
Yeah.
So what do you like of the Emi Martinez rumours about going to Inter Milan?
Yeah, look, matches like yesterday sort of highlight Martinez's quality and importance to us, because without him yesterday, we could draw that game, we could lose that game. He made some really, really good saves. In my opinion, he'd be a massive miss. You put everything to one side. He is a class goalkeeper, and we are we've done very well with him. He's been good for us. We've been good for him. But I am ready for him to go. I don't want him to go. I'm not a Martinez hater. I don't want him to go.
If he wants to go, then let him go.
I think it's inevitable that he's going to go. He's not seemed I follow him on social media, right? And I might be reading too much into this, but he just doesn't. He used to be sort of like posting a lot about the games and Villa this, Villa that. It's almost like he's been very careful not to overdo it with the Villa stuff. There's been a bit of a disconnect there. Don't get me wrong. I have to say, amongst everything, I think he's been very professional. I think he's when he stepped onto the pitch, he's given his all. Yes, he's made mistakes, but he's also come up with some absolutely, world-class saves as well. So there's definitely been a level of professionalism from him that I respect. But I think, look, he's got a long-term contract with us. If we can cash in the summer, then we cash in. And also as well, you think about this season, injuries have started to creep in a bit with him. So I think,
when is he 33? Or 32, 33 or something, is it?
Yeah, he's around that age, yeah. So I mean, look,
you can bring a young and proven player. Also, you'd help with the financial restrictions.
That's the thing, yeah. I mean, he's on big wages, isn't he? So if we can move him on, wages are down, and then obviously go for a decent price tag. I would love James Trafford, the guy at Man City. I think they bought him from Burnley.
Oh yeah.
I like him, but I don't know if that's feasible. So, look, Emi Martinez, love him. I've loved him for what he's done. I do think, regardless of what happens to Villa this season, I do think he'll move on in the summer.
I don't think it'll be January. I don't think.
No.
With the wrong time to do it, though. With the wrong time.
No, he won't go in January. He won't. No one of that importance will go now, unless we get a crazy, stupid offer that we can't refuse. But Emi Martinez is, for me, the best goalkeeper that we've ever had, that I've ever had.
In our lifetime, yeah.
In my lifetime, yeah, in our lifetime. So it'll be sad, but I'm just sort of bored of the whole saga now with him and moving. If you're gonna go, that's fine. But
Bizot. With Marco Bizot.
Yeah.
We've got a good quality number 2. If Martinez does leave, I'm not actually overly worried, to be honest. Look at Bizot, how good he was. He's a quality keeper, Bizot.
He is, but I don't fancy him for like a season. Like he really is, and he stepped up.
I'm impressed with him,
but I
think he's great. I think he's great. I think.
Yeah, I think he's great. I do like him. I don't think he's a number 1 now, which that might sound harsh.
They did the research on him as well.
Yeah.
You think he like that for the matching game, no insides.
That's good. Yeah, no, Fenerbahce was great. Like, and again, I'm a lot more comfortable with Martinez going, knowing that we have Bizot, but we then still need. Look, Martinez has qualities that you just don't get. Like, it's one of those ones where.
He's the World Cup winner, isn't he? He's a World Cup winner.
Yeah, and I do think there's some fans that, because of his antics in the summer, and again, look, he was told he could leave, so I don't really blame him that much. Like, yeah, he could have handled things better, but he was told that he could leave and move on, so he was just doing what he was told. But I do think there's fans that want him gone, and when he's gone, they'll realise just how good he was, because...
I would like him to go. I don't want him to go, but I think he's replaceable.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, look, cash him while we still can. He's got injuries, so let's just, cash in. But I don't say that lightly, because I appreciate how difficult it is to get a world-class goalkeeper.
It's difficult, yeah. Okay, so we're going to talking points. We'll talk about Loftus-Cheek. And also we'll talk about Europa League.
Okay.
So, would you be okay if we signed Loftus-Cheek?
Is it happening? Are we getting him?
Well, it's not definitely. We've been linked with him.
Look, I've always rated Loftus-Cheek. I think he's a strong, explosive, powerful player. His past injuries are a bit of a concern, but I don't know if he's over those now. I don't quite know. But regardless of that, like we are desperate for some cover. So if he's an option and he can last several games before McGinn comes back in like 6 weeks, then yes, please, man. We need midfield bodies, so I'd be more than happy with Loftus-Cheek.
Okay. So I'm going to bring up the Premier League table. We'll finish this on another positive.
Yeah.
So Aaron, before we end the show, what do you make of that table? Looking at that,
Beautiful. I just can't believe we're still riding high in third. We just got to keep going, man, because Liverpool and Chelsea. Liverpool losing was good, but Chelsea and Man United, man, like those three teams, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, they're capable of putting runs together. And I don't want to be negative and look behind, but they are capable. So we just got to keep plugging away. We've got some good fixtures coming up, which we are capable of winning. So we just got to get these points and go from there. But mate,
Arsenal dropping points, and also Man City equal points.
Where are Wolves? I thought Wolves were in the league.
They're in bottom, rock bottom.
Are they holding us up?
Sorry, Grandad. But yeah, but you also got Man United. They're not too far behind either. Also, you got Chelsea. Also, talking about Liverpool. I don't see them as a threat, Liverpool.
Really?
Not in recent performances. I don't think they're the level they were last season.
No, I agree. But like, look at Villa.
I'm worried more about Man United.
No, Man United they're coming. But like I was saying, like teams can put runs together, and Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool all have the quality in their squads to put a run of like 5-6 games together. So like we just got to keep trying to ignore everyone else, and we just got to keep doing our own jobs. We win our games, get those points. I think it's like 6 wins, man. Get another 6 wins, and we're looking all right for Champions League. And if we happen to still be in a title race, then amazing.
Just to be in the conversation.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy when saying we're in the conversation.
Yeah, it's a wild time, man. Like I don't know what's going on, but I'm enjoying it. I'm just taking.
And the media still keep doubting us.
Let them. Just
you have to.
We'll just be the underdog and let the media say what they want to say, and we'll just do our business.
Well, Aaron, we're going towards the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
Can you give me a score prediction for Thursday night?
I'm going to go with 2-0 to the Villa.
I'm going to go a comfortable victory. Then go 3-0 to Aston Villa.
Oh, nice.
Clean sheet. I will keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same. Big Tyrone Mings back in. Big clean sheet.
Well, thank you, Aaron. Always enjoyed putting the world to rights about Aston Villa.
Likewise, mate. Likewise, it's always good fun. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you've enjoyed this podcast, make sure to subscribe. We're getting very close to 1.7k subscribers.
Subscribe.
On the way out, smash the likes and give it a share on all your socials. And if you're listening to the audio, leave us a good review. That always helps. And leave me your comments as well. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to wrap up this episode with Villa forever as always. And up the Villa.